I own a software development company for businesses called Pilot West Studios. So, on a daily basis, we meet with business owners and operators who are looking to build or place software in their business. And a lot of them have been burned by software agencies in the past. Now, this is whether you're a small business or a big government agency. We've seen it in many scenarios. And here's the biggest problem that happens that causes your project to go over budget and 3 to 5 times what you're originally quoted. Let's say you put out an inquiry that you're looking for a software developer to help you. Maybe you hire a freelancer or you hire a reputable company. Well, what happens is that you get, 3 or 4 quotes, you shop around, just like if you're trying to find a contractor for your house. You take the 3 or 4 quotes that you find, and then you end up usually taking what? The lowest bid, the lowest offer. Maybe you get one for 120,000, one's 90,000, one's 160,000 for what you want to build, and you get one for 60,000, and you decided to go with that person who gave you the $60,000 quote. Well, what happens after the course of a year or two? That people are less communicative, they don't respond quickly, you don't know where your project is, it's over timeline and over budget. It happens all the time. Again, whether you're a small business owner, we've seen it in large government agencies where if you don't know how to hedge risk and know what to look for when hiring a software developer, it is really easy to get taken advantage of. Why is that? Because they are not incentivized. Software developers are not incentivized in the current structure for most software development companies to ship products quickly. What does that mean? If they are on hourly billing and getting paid by the hour, that means that they are incentivized to stretch out your project. So that means that if there's no way to hedge against ensuring that your project doesn't go beyond scope, beyond what was originally discussed, then they are not incentivized to ship you the product and to get rid of you as a customer for you to be able to move on. That's why I created the company, Pilot West Studios, where we offer guarantees like a money back guarantee, and we do fixed base pricing, is reverse engineering all these problems within the business. So if you are looking for a software development company or a freelancer, here's what I would suggest. This comes from page 30 in our ebook of how to save $75,000 and get a system that actually grows your business. So this is the free ebook, free resources for business owners and operators who are looking to articulate the problems in their business, who want to solve it through software and build software, but they're not exactly sure where to start. I created this ebook based off of hundreds of conversations that I've had with business owners to help you find what good looks like and what you should do. So this is off of page 30. It discusses the payment structures that you should structure your deal around to ensure that, hey, if you do hourly billing, that's fine. How do we hedge the risk to make sure that we don't get taken advantage of? Or how does fixed base pricing look? How do we articulate that to ensure that we don't get taken advantage of? Or maybe it's a hybrid approach or milestone-based payment schedules. It doesn't really matter necessarily which way you do it. You just need to ensure that there is a stopgap, meaning there is a way that you can hedge if this starts to get out of control. Because maybe you've hired a contractor to come to your house and they originally said, yeah, I'll fix your drywall for $5,000. But then they open up the drywall and they said, well, I didn't realize it was this bad. And I didn't realize you needed this thing. I didn't realize I had to take it down to the studs. I had to replace the 2x4s, to where a good contractor could go in and diagnose the problem and give you an accurate quote that would hopefully be a little bit above what you're expecting, so you actually pay a little bit less when the final bill comes. But there's a lot of contractors out there who won't do that. What they'll do is they'll get in there and say, well, because of X, Y, and Z reason, and this reason, and that reason, it's higher than what we expected. Therefore, the project's taking too long and you're paying too much. It's the same with software. If you don't have any type of way, anything in writing to ensure that you're hedging your risk, that you're ensuring that there is some kind of gap here, there's something to stop them from fully taking advantage of you through hourly billing, then you really have nothing that you can do because you're not a tech person. You don't know what good looks like or if they're heading in the right direction. All you know is that the scope of the project's getting blown out of control. So is the timeline and so is the cost. So if you're thinking about building software for your business, think about it through a way of how do you get things in writing to ensure things don't get out of control. Think about fixed-based pricing, think about milestone-based pricing, and that'll help you at least ensure that whether you're hiring a freelancer or software agency, that things stay on the rails and they are incentivized in writing to ensure that they ship your product within a reasonable time frame.